Hello everyone, this is Miriam and I'm going to talk about innovation in this video from Module 3 of our Innovation and Creativity class. So number 1, I'm going to talk about what I learned about innovation that I didn't know, and is that innovation and invention are different things. Throughout my life, thought that innovation and invention were the same thing, but in this module, I learned that innovation has a different use and a different meaning, which I will talk about in the video later. I also learned that innovation is tied to products that actually give uh, a use to society. So it is connected to commercialization and extracting value from an idea. So that's what I learned that I didn't know. So as I said before, what I learned was that innovation and invention are very different things. So now I'm going to explain why they're different. So invention is very similar to innovation, and they're basically the same thing, which is an idea, but invention is kind of like a discovery that didn't exist previously, and that it usually doesn't generate any growth or any revenue, while innovation is using that idea and commercializing it to improve the lives of customers, create value, and basically just takes the invention and the idea and brings it to the customer. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about why innovation and entrepreneurship are both very connected and very important to each other. So entrepreneurship, in some sense, gives the invention the way to get to the customers. So without entrepreneurship, an invention cannot get to the customer, cannot be spreaded throughout the world, cannot be known. But without innovation, then the customers are not going to be interested in the product that an entrepreneur is selling. So innovation is very important for an entrepreneur just because it gives the value aspect to the customer. If the idea doesn't serve the customer a purpose, doesn't save them money, doesn't connect it to a new technology, then it's not going to be valuable for them. And then the entrepreneur is not going to have clients, it's not going to have knowledge of their product. So both of them are very interconnected. So why is innovation important to societies, companies, or organizations? As I spoke before, innovation creates a tool to close the gap between the invention and society, and then also it creates a way for companies to tie society with their invention. So that's why innovation is very important to societies. My two examples of how innovation is important to societies are both the infrared thermometer, which allowed people to take temperature without even being close to each other. So this was very helpful throughout COVID, and also today, like we can see now, there's also thermometers for cooking, which is very, very useful. There's no sharp object that needs to be in your cabinet. Um, so that's very cool. And then also another example is the assembly line. I have two examples of how it started and now how it's going. And then this is going to be also useful for next slide, which I'm going to explain the two types of innovation. The references that provided or inspired me were the book by Pushio and al. The two types of innovation are radical innovation and then incremental innovation. I said that I was gonna talk about this later and how it connects to my last slide. So let's get into this. Radical innovation means creative new products, new services, new ideas that have never been created before. And then incremental innovation is basically taking a product that already exists and improving it to create more value and get the technology to the customer. Both of them have advantages and disadvantages. Of course, incremental innovation is gonna be less risky because people are working on a product that already exists. An example of these two are for radical innovation, the internet or the GPS, and then for incremental improvements, as I spoke before, are the automation of the assembly line. So basically taking the idea of the assembly line and putting it together to automate it and not have to have workers in it. So yeah. The source for this slide was actually an article from the Research Center for Business Leadership that I read. Thank you for watching my video.